I'm going to talk a little bit about my night tonight. I had a fun night with some friends. Went over to one of my friends' house and we all chatted around a bonfire and we got pizza. We got pizza from Domino's. Went on a car ride and with the person talked a little bit about what had been going on in our lives and brought the pizza back. We ate and then we ended up playing Cards Against Humanity. It's a pretty fun game. It's a game you definitely have to have thick skin and a strong mind for. I remember my brother used to play this game, and the first time I ever played was with him, and I got to play with him once. And this other group of people is the group I probably played that with the most. Played it 3 times, but I had a lot of fun with that game. That game was pretty neat. Um, I saw things today. I saw pink up in the clouds, and I saw the way the moon looked, and then there's many places all over things I'm seeing everywhere is references to the honeycomb simulation. Came home and got into the zone and had some headphone time. A lot of what I've been listening to when I'm in that zone recently is a lot of space rock or space metal bands. One of the first bands to do this was Pink Floyd, which that was one of my brother's favorite bands. And I remember when I was a teenager, he played it, or more probably like 12 or 13, he played it. I definitely couldn't get into it at the time. It definitely went over my head. I didn't start getting it until much later. But Learning to Fly is probably my favorite song by them, and all of Dark Side of the Moon all the way through is really good. I had never even I'd heard bits and pieces from it, but I had never even heard that album all the way through until Terry played it for me. That's kind of a band it's still definitely kind of new to me. Apparently they have a lot of albums, so a lot of stuff I have to check out from them. Another band I can think of in that category, which is probably my favorite of them all, is a band called Failure. Um, Definitely their first album, Comfort. I don't know. There's a lot of riffs and distortion and odd time signatures I love on that. That's something where kind of the vocals are kind of in the background. I think that was kind of a neat thing on that album. That's definitely a really good one. After that, can't think of the name of their second album. This one's got the frog on it, like in the ocean. Sit here and try to think. Magnified, yeah, because that one had Undone on it, and God, I love the riffs on that. They're and even Empty Friend, and then the last track, Small Crimes. There's this part at the end of it, just the muddy ass bass tone. I think it's awesome when bassists use distortion within their bass. That's something you don't see a lot, especially if it's played more like a guitar, definitely. So the intro on that too, and then that way that guitar comes in at the beginning, and towards the end of the song, it completely almost fades out, but it comes back in and just goes into this whole other thing. Um, my favorite album by them, and probably one of my all-time favorite albums, is Fantastic Planet. This is one of the greatest albums ever written, in my opinion. One of the best ending tracks, the song Daylight at the end of it. And then there's something, I don't know, that song, The Nurse Who Loved Me, I really like that one a lot. The song Another Space Song, I don't know, the way that all syncs together, that is just a pleasure to hear that on the ears. Um, Something else I've come across recently is the first 30 Seconds to Mars album. I had heard it back in the day, like a couple times. I liked a little bit, like bits and pieces, but this is something I heard recently that I can sit and listen to this album all the way through. And definitely when you listen to that album and, that zone, I don't know, I think that's one of the best albums ever fucking written. The second one, A Beautiful Lie, is really good too. But after that, it becomes more kind of hit or miss. Like half the album's good, half the album's bad. Apparently, they have a new one out I haven't checked that one out yet, but I should probably give that one a listen because there are songs here and there still, even on the album they did before that I liked a lot. I've also recently discovered this band called Starset. Now I really like what this band is doing. I like the lyrics, and I like how both albums that they've released are basically concept albums. And some of the videos they do for it, and some of the videos they do for the songs that they have music videos out, those music videos are really neat, and I don't know, I heavily enjoy that band. And another band I can think of that kind of has a heavier sound added to the space rock that I think kind of goes into space and alternative metals is Deftones. They're kind of starting more with Saturday Night Wrist was when you kind of more saw the space, the space themes. And Saturday Night Wrist is an album I couldn't get into right when it first came out. But that was definitely an album that grew on me. There's something very special about that album. The songs Hole in the Earth and Cherry Waves and Beware the Water. God, those, I like how that's definitely, you see a heavier side within, space rock that I think even goes into space metal on those albums. And the album after it, Diamond Eyes, is actually my favorite album they ever did. I don't know what it is. I remember first hearing that album around the time it came out, and liking it, but it really grew on me probably like a year later. My favorite song ever by the Deftones is on that album. It's called Sex Tape. The way that music video goes with that song, I don't know, like, and listen to that one on headphones. That one is just, that one's intense. I just love that one so much. And after it, the album after, Koi no Yoken, I believe I pronounced that right. There's a song, I believe someone once referred to it as the sister song to Sex Tape, and that's called Intoned. Or Entombed. I don't know, that one's got an ambience, and when you hear that one on headphones in the zone, it's, there's something really special about that one. And the first track on it, Swerve City, there's some riffs, some of my favorite Deftones riffs ever on that song. And the following track after it, Romantic Dreams, there's some, I remember the video, I've seen the video, and it's this, kid skateboarding through this town. His skateboarding skills are definitely, it's cool to watch him skateboard. I love going back and watching some of these skateboard videos. I used to skate when I was a teen a little bit. I was able to kind of do an ollie a little bit off the ground, but I more or less just enjoyed riding on it. I wasn't really actually that good at skateboarding. It'd be interesting to get back on one of those things now because it would actually be kind of fun. There's a song on that album called Rosemary. And at the ending, it's got this whole very beautiful outro and something. When I hear that, I think of like, something you hear when you're going into that volcano horizon. But I think that's it for right now. The topics have been in my mind. The fun night I had, what I saw in the sky, and references, and music I've been listening to recently when I've been in the zone. See you all later for now.